What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of Sports Card Investing Targets. This week, we're going to be taking a look at a couple NFL players that might be interesting. With all the attention focused on NBA and MLB right now, there might be a window of opportunity for us to sneak in on some of these big name quarterbacks while everybody else is sleeping and paying more attention to NBA and MLB players. We're going to use Market Movers data as usual, and you can get your subscription to Market Movers. You can get 20% off your first payment on any subscription to Market Movers by signing up using the promo code Grinders. And you definitely want to sign up for the Market Movers subscription. That's where you're going to get all the data, and you're going to get these cool charts that you can use to get good prices on these cards. Also, I would recommend doing the annual, so that way you're getting 20% off your entire year subscription by paying up front as opposed to the first month. So check that out, and let's get to this week's recommendations. This video is actually for my July 15th article. I didn't get a chance to shoot it last week, so I'm shooting it early this week instead. I'll still have another video for my article that I put up later this week as well. As always, before we get into it, just a reminder to give our video a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get notifications on future postings. We post a couple articles a week, and we also post a couple videos, including our Sports Card Grinders show, which is on every Tuesday. That usually drops around 7 p.m. Eastern time, so keep an eye out for that. And not to mention our RotoGrinders Sports Card Discord channel. You can access that right on the RotoGrinders video page by using the prompts that you see over on the chat box to the right. So this week's comparison, as opposed to comparing PSA 9 and 10 grades, I wanted to compare similar tiered quarterbacks. And I wanted to focus on Dak Prescott, who I've recommended a ton lately, and also Deshaun Watson, who I think is on a similar tier to Dak Prescott, has less targets around him, obviously, with DeAndre Hopkins going to Arizona. But I think what Deshaun Watson lacks in targets, he makes up for in talent, which puts him on about the same tier as Dak Prescott, in my opinion, despite Dak Prescott being surrounded by weapons and having what seems to be a better support group around him right now. The specific cards that I wanted to look at are the Dak Prescott 2016 Prizm Football Silver PSA 10 versus the Deshaun Watson 2017 Prizm Football Silver PSA 10. In these particular years, 2016 and 17, those silver Prizms were actually the base cards for rookies, so you won't find the usual silver and base variants in these years. As you can see, the population for the PSA 10 Dak Prescott card is 765 versus a population of 1612 for Deshaun Watson. Dak Prescott finds himself in a much better situation this year than Watson. As we mentioned before, Watson had his best weapon taken away from him this season in an inexplicable trade to Arizona. But as you can see from the charts, that really hasn't reflected in the price of Deshaun Watson's card. If you look at it compared to Dak Prescott, they are almost identical in their price action and actual prices. You see Deshaun Watson is a little bit ahead of Dak right now, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, considering their population counts and also considering the situations going into the 2020 season, as well as Dak's talent level is not that far off from Deshaun Watson's. I think given where the teams stand this season, though, I think Dak is in a much better spot, and I think he has a much more high likelihood of getting to the playoffs and beyond potentially, with all the weapons that he has and the acquisition of CeeDee Lamb in the draft this past season, which was a huge score for Dallas and especially for Dak Prescott. I think both these players become interesting when you compare them to Kyler Murray's current 2019 Prizm Silver PSA 10 count. That has a population of 55. That's probably going to shoot up once this PSA logjam starts to clear up due to COVID. I could see both these cards, both Dak and Deshaun Watson, coming up to meet Kyler Murray somewhere in the middle here. I could see them potentially in that 600 to 700 range, honestly. I think that would make a lot more sense for their talent level, and given where Kyler Murray, who hasn't done anything in the NFL really, he had a good rookie season, don't get me wrong, but compared to Dak and Deshaun, who are proven quarterbacks, it does not make a whole lot of sense why Kyler Murray's price is going for close to 2 to 3 times more than these other players. One thing to note for the 2019 Prizm football set is that they had both Prizm Silver and base cards. So the Prizm Silver of Kyler Murray makes a little bit more sense why it would be significantly higher than these other cards, but to be triple the price seems a little bit extreme to me. If we adjust this chart to add in the base card in addition to the silver card for Kyler Murray, we'll go with a PSA 10 there. We can see that he's tracking right here in the exact same price range and price action as Dak and Deshaun are currently. So that's Kyler Murray's base card, not his silver card. But I still think that Dak and Deshaun should be a tier higher than Kyler Murray's price point right now. So I could see them in the range somewhere between Kyler Murray's base and his silver card. That's a lot of room for Dak and Deshaun to climb in the next couple months here before the football season starts. Hopefully in that span of time. It could happen at some point during the season, who knows, but those would be two guys that I think would be good to target right now. I think you can potentially get doubles out of both those guys. Here's another chart. This one's looking at the Optic PSA 10 version of those players' rookie cards. As you can see, the same thing, the same trend. Kyler Murray is way ahead of both Deshaun Watson and Dak Prescott right now, with Dak Prescott trailing pretty significantly behind both those players. So Dak seems like a really good buy for his Optic football holo card right now. As you can see from the populations, we're looking at a population of only 71 for PSA 10s of that Optic football holo card versus 169 for Deshaun Watson and 12 for Kyler Murray. Obviously, Kyler Murray will shoot up in population once the PSA logjam starts to clear up a little bit. You can see a little bit more on this analysis by checking out last week's Sports Card Grinders show. I asked Jeff Wilson about it, specifically the sports card investor himself. He gives a good explanation of why he thinks these cards are at the prices that they're at. I'm taking a little bit different of an angle. I still think Dak Prescott and Deshaun Watson have a significant amount of upside in the near future. That's it for this week, guys. Make sure to check out the article to get the target prices, and also click through those links. That takes you directly to eBay searches for those cards that we're recommending. You don't have to buy the cards that we're recommending. You can buy any cards off of eBay, but if you click through the links, we make a commission, and it helps us to keep this content flowing and keep the sports card content going. Also, reminder to sign up for Market Movers over at sportscardinvestor.com. You're going to want to sign up for a Market Movers subscription specifically in order to access all these cool charts and data that we use in these videos. Recommend signing up for the Market Movers subscription specifically. You can get 20% off your first payment on any subscription using the promo code Grinders. So make sure you do that. I recommend doing the annual. That way you get 20% off the whole year by paying up front instead of only 1 month. So check that out, and check us out tomorrow on Sports Card Grinders. Thank you.